Hi, I'm Kay Jones. I'm the Executive Director for the Alzheimer's Resource Center. We're located here in Dothan, Alabama. Today is our annual fundraising event called A Walk to Remember. It's a day that we can remember our loved ones that have passed on and also honor those who are still alive who have Alzheimer's disease. I call it a community-wide support group, and it's just the perfect day to set aside to remember loved ones who have suffered with this disease. This is our annual fundraising event. The funds we raise today will determine the programs and services that we can offer families next year. We're a local independent organization. We don't get federal funds, we don't get state funds, we don't get reimbursed by anybody. We're just a group of plain old people. We started out in 1985 as a support group, and we grew and grew and grew, and every year we have a walk, and we are able to raise enough money to stay in existence for another year. We're an educational resource. Most of us who started this out and those who are now joining us have had a loved one with Alzheimer's. And back in 1985, we didn't know very much about Alzheimer's disease and how to care for someone. We didn't understand what it was. So over the years since that time, I can't say a lot of progress has been made in research. However, we have learned a lot about caring for someone with Alzheimer's. And my mom was diagnosed in '85 and she passed away in 1998. But we continue to learn and learn and learn about the disease and also how to care for someone whose brain cells are actually dying. And we've had to learn how to care for someone with a dying brain. Most of us really try very hard to keep our loved ones at home and not have to put them in a facility, but a lot of times they do end up in a facility. But we try very hard to give educational materials, we give classes, we try to teach families how to understand what is going on, how to understand the behavior of a loved one, and how to cope with that and redirect behavior so that we can keep them at home.
As social workers, is there any advice that you would give us when working with individuals
Yes.
with Alzheimer's disease?
Yes, social workers are wonderful. It was one of my friends who was a social worker that explained to me why my mother did not know what a bathtub was. It was a social worker who explained to me why she didn't know what a toothbrush was. And all these things. Social workers are absolutely wonderful. And my friend who was a social worker went back in my mother's life. Mother was born in 1911. And she went back in time and she said, "Hey, this is why, Mother didn't have indoor plumbing. Never dawned on me. That's why Mama didn't know what a bathtub was or a shower or what a toothbrush was." And so social workers are very important to a caregiver to understand what is going on, because y'all research times past, and I just can't say enough good things about social workers in trying to help a caregiver care for someone and understand what is going on in their brain, what was going on when they were little girls or little boys and during their lifetime. And so I am very excited to be able to speak to a class of social workers and just tell you how important you are in helping us to care for our loved ones.
Thank you so much for your time.